The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. Chapter 1, Part 6. And of course, they did none of those dreadful things, and everything was cleaned and put away, safe as quick as lightning. While the hobbit was turning round and round in the middle of the kitchen, trying to see what they were doing. Then they went back and found Thorin with his feet on the fender smoking a pipe. He was blowing the most enormous smoke rings, and wherever he told one to go, it went up the chimney, or behind the clock on the mantelpiece, or under the table, or round and round the ceiling. But wherever it went, it was not quick enough to escape Gandalf. Pop! He sent a smaller smoke ring from his short clay pipe straight through each one of Thorin's. Then Gandalf's smoke ring would go green and come back to hover over Wizard's head. He had a cloud of them about him already, and in the dim light it made him look strange and sorcerous. Bilbo stood still and watched. He loved smoke rings, and then he blushed to think how proud he had been yesterday morning of the smoke rings he had sent up the wind over the hill. Now for some music, said Thorin. Bring out the instruments. Killy Philly rushed for their bags and brought back little fiddles. Dori, Nori, Ori brought out flutes from somewhere inside their coats. Bomber produced a drum from the hall. Bilfer and Boffer went out too, and came back with clarinets that they had left among the walking sticks. Dwalin and Balin said, Excuse me, I left mine in the porch. Just bring mine in with you, said Thorin. They came back with vials as big as themselves and with Thorin's harp wrapped in a green cloth. It was a beautiful golden harp when Thorin struck it, and the music began all at once, so sudden and sweet that Bilbo forgot everything else and was swept away into dark lands under strange moons, far over the water and very from his hobbit hole under the hill. The dark came into room from little window that opened inside of the hill. The fire, the firelight flickered. It was April, and still they played on, while the shadow of Gandalf's beard wagged against the wall. The dark filled all the room. The fire died down, and the shadows were lost. And still they played on. And suddenly, first one and then another began to sing as they played, deep throated singing of the dwarfs in the deep places of their ancient homes. And this is like a fragment of their song, if it can be like their song without their music. And this brings me to my favorite part of the whole Hobbit series in the movie. There is something about this song that really um, reverberates with me. So, but the song is not complete without the music. So instead of just reading, I will actually play the song.
Far over the misty mountains cold,
shaped and wrought, and mighty God, hiding gems on hills of sand. Silver necklaces they strung, the flying stars on crowns they hung, the dragonfly in twisted wand, they matched the light of moon and sun. For over the misty mountains cold, to dungeons deep and caverns old, we must away at break of day to claim our long forgotten gold. Goblets they carved there for themselves, and harps of gold where no man dwells. There lay they long, and many a song was sung unheard by men or elves. The pines were roaring on the height, the winds were moaning in the night. The fire was red in flaming spread, the trees like torches blazed with light. The bells were ringing in the dell, and men looked up with faces pale. Then dragons' ire, more fierce than fire, laid low their towers and houses frail. The mountains smoked beneath the moon. The dwarfs they heard the tramp of doom. They fled their halls to dying fall beneath his feet, beneath the moon. For over the misty mountains scream to dungeons deep and caverns steam. We must away ere break of day to win our hearts and gold from him.